of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has revealed that there's a spiritual agenda behind the Supreme Court judgments and entreats all Imo-lites to be very careful and diligent. This is what he said. What they wish to occupy Owerri for is spiritual. Those of you who are blind in spirit cannot see that the caliphate needs Owerri very much. They believe they can strangle. It's true that only few of us can understand what Nnamdi Kanu is saying. The truth is that it's not a secret that the known Kaaba is fighting to occupy the eastern territories through leadership. So guys, Nnamdi Kanu has made another submission. You know, one thing about this man, let me just say this guy, is that people don't seem to understand most of the things he says just because you don't have any. Some people just believe because some people just hate you or they don't like you, irrespective of what you're going to be saying. Even if you're going to be saying things they know that are really true, they wouldn't be bothered because they don't just like you. Whether you are saying the truth or not, they wouldn't be bothered. I could remember a pastor, a prophet was saying Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet because the man says everything that this man says, always come to pass. What he has been saying for a very long time, what we are experiencing now, it's not as if people never heard about it or maybe it just came to us as a surprise. It's what he has been saying over and over the time, and people are always like, oh, this guy should just go and sit down and what have you. And from the last statement here, we saying that we says that the truth is that it's not a secret that the known Kaaba is fighting to occupy the eastern territories through leadership. And exactly, because you can just imagine how the leaders, most especially from the southeast, like I always say, those leaders, they do the same thing across board. But, we are just talking about southeast now. Because most of the leaders, the way they do things, the way they even respond to things, they are so pussyfooty. Even the ones that are not even in the same party with them, most of the time, they drag their feet on the ground to be able to take decisions. You see what has been happening all over the place, and they cannot even do, come out with meaningful things. Like for some days back, I can remember, yes, that these S-men, they were having meeting with Anambra stakeholders in that state with Mieti Hala, and all of a sudden, they just got up from that meeting and was like, how can you be accusing our people? Because these guys, and they are backing their people who are S-men. They say they are justifying the reason why they carry the arms. And all this while they've been like, oh, they're trying to be on the fence. Oh, they will come out and be saying, oh, we respect the host communities. We want to live in peace with them. We've been with them for a very long time. But recently, just because some of their boys, some of the S-men, people they caught with all these rifles and what have you, because it was really evident, there was no way they could really argue it. There was no way they could really defend it. So the next thing they could just do, then, and so what, if you caught our people with these things, they are just using those AK-47 to protect themselves. Who does that? Why should they be carrying arms in the first place? And these are the things that they've been rejecting, they've been denying that they don't do such things. So it got, some of the stakeholders there, they were shocked. And from the reports we got, policemen were there at that stakeholder meeting, that they called the Fulani or the Mieti Ala, for them to see, okay, these are the things that we caught with your people. So that it won't be as if people always make some, kind of statements or people are making it up. And I believe that because they know that there was that evidence on ground. And these people, they just walked out of the meeting. And the leaders of that state, in Anambra State, they said they were shocked that these people could really justify the reason why their people carry arms. And a lot of people are like, can you see? Now, some are like, oh, why would they even be calling meeting? They caught these people with all this ammunition and what have you, and you are not calling meetings. If these people want to carry out their atrocities, do they call meeting? And it's like, I don't know whether they are afraid or there's something, or maybe out of selfishness or their political ambition, that is why they are just trying to pamper them. This kind of a thing cannot happen. And some of them were like, if police had caught like Igbo boys with all those ammunitions, it would have been a different ballgame entirely. They would have charged them to court, they would have swung into action, and you begin to hear a lot of things. But now they had to call, it's beyond reasoning that you have to call them, to tell them, see, you can imagine we caught these people. Is this something that one needs to negotiate with? No, they don't need to do that. But before their own very eyes, the so-called people, the Mieti Ala, the leaders of those S-men in that particular state, who that have been coming out to say, oh, we want to live in peace with you, oh, we are not like this. Those who are fermenting trouble, they are from the south, from the north, or they are from outside the country. But those of them who are residents in that particular state, that they've been living in peace with the people, the stakeholders, the Anambra people, the leaders, they were shocked that all of a sudden these people just turned around. So the problem that majority of Nigerian people have been having, like I always say, it cuts across board. Even if you go to the southwest, you see that some people are just there, trying to, how will I put it, try to undermine their people because of their own selfish interests. They will tell you, oh, we are representing you, but when it comes to how the people, or on how the people are going to benefit even from, or to get the dividends of democracy, you begin to hear different things. They will be playing to the gallery. And the unfortunate thing there is that people don't even get these things, because a lot of people are even divided along many things. Some people like, oh, don't talk to our leaders like that. Don't talk to our leaders like that. And at the end of the day, you are the ones bearing the burden. You are the ones bearing the body. So, I just have tried to digress a bit. But coming back to what NNAMDI KANU is saying, that they are trying to get at the people of the Southeast through their leaders. And it's been playing out. It's been playing out. There's no doubt about it. And that was why I said this guy has been saying a lot of things that people don't even want to listen to. But those things are, we are all witnesses to all of those things that are happening. And it's like, they've really gone ahead. When people come out, they'll tell you, this government has agenda. People try to wave it off, but it's happening. We are bearing the burden. We all are bearing the burden, and it's cut across board. We are all bearing the burden, but the problem is that we are divided among the people that we are supposed to have a united force. We are pussyfooty. We are docile. People don't even want to talk, maybe out of ignorance or out of fear. So, like he said, he knows what he's saying. That's the reason, the judgment of this IMO election, which they are going to be doing review today, that is, it has a spiritual connotation, which you can't even dispute. Just like what the new governor, or the present governor, at least is the governor as we speak, until if anything happens by after 3 p.m. Zodima, just some days ago, he installed a emir of IMO. People were like, how can this man do this and that? And people began to understand that, oh, this guy is on a mission, not for anything. So how do you justify all of those things? So those are just my own opinion concerning what NNAMDI KANU has said. If someone is saying the truth, you don't even need to be a fan of anybody. If somebody is saying the truth, you need to reckon with that person. It doesn't mean that, oh, you are always supporting or whatever. If really you are objective and you are open-minded, forget whether you like the person's face, or the person is tall, the person is short. That is not what is important. It's inconsequential. But if the person is saying the truth, but the only people who can say the truth are the people who are open-minded. If you are open-minded, you'll be able to see beyond any form of sentiment in the first place. That is just my own opinion. But let's see what happens if Imolite will really stand. Because of course, since Iyedia, was removed from office, we could see the unity among the Imo people, and they've been on their ground that no, this is the man that we want. There is nothing, there's no going back. But let's see, after 3 p.m. today, we'll see what will happen. What the Supreme Court will come up with. Someone says here that it seems like there's a secret behind it. By the way, they robbed Iyedia of his governorship seat. Something amiss. Someone say it will never work as long as God is alive. But if I may ask, is unity done by force? Because all my times as a student, I was not told such, and it's never crossed my ears through both elderly or younger people I come across in my life. Even Jesus told his apostles, any house you enter and they receive you, eat, drink, and bless them. But anyone that rejects you, please clean your foods and leave. Why is Nigeria and Nigerians so hardened to understand simple law of nature? That's that particular person's submission. Another says, let them occupy Owerri. We Igbos too make unnecessary noise. Another says, it's not fool. It's simply telling you that you don't know and what you can't see with your two eyes. Someone say this is good information. and someone is really abusing him, of course, and everybody cannot align with you. Like I always say, even the devil has fans. So it is those who are really open-minded will be able to see beyond all of these things. But whether are spiritual or no spiritual, even in the physical, people are even seeing that things are not really going on smoothly, that something is wrong somewhere. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning what Nnamdi Kanu has said, his own submission. Leave your comments below and let's learn from you. Thank you.